Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Happy Monday and welcome to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I am your host, Janice Carter Miller, and there's a whole lot going on in this country today over the weekend. Louisville's back on the map. We've have a mass shooting here this morning, a couple of deaths, lots of injuries. Not a couple of deaths. I think I saw the names of 3 individuals who lost their lives at a bank at 8:30 in the morning. Okay. So our city is kind of in an uproar at the moment. But I want to go backpedal a little bit to over the weekend when our next door neighbors, Tennessee, they were in an uproar because they expelled 2 brothers for demonstrating against gun violence after the death of 9 in Nashville. Now, there were 3 people, they call them the Tennessee 3. 2 brothers, white woman. White woman, they let her stay. They put her on trial, but they did not vote her out. Well, today, they have voted the representative from Nashville back into the council. And so now we're just waiting to see if they're going to vote the other brother, who is a representative from Memphis, Tennessee, if they're going to vote him back into the council. Now, see, this was, from the days of Jim Crow. They've taken off their hoods and they have on suits and they hold office now because there was no reason for this to happen. One of the comments made by one of the gentlemen on the other side of the aisle said that the brother was trying to bring attention to himself, where it seems to me that this council brought attention to itself by expelling them. You know, the punishment the crime did not deserve the punishment. There are other things, other levels of punishment, for sake of a better word, that you can impose upon a state legislator or a federal legislator. They're called censures. They can censure somebody. They can take them off of committees and things of that nature. But they decided to expel them, which means all the people that voted for them, that they wanted to negate their vote, they thought. But this democracy thing, it's working, and we're going to have to keep working it. So just keep that in mind. Pay attention to what's going on around you, because today they're trying to take somebody else's rights. Tomorrow, naturally, it's going to be you. It's already been us, so we know how to deal with that. But just get engaged. We all have to be activists of a sort, because we have to have these types of conversations amongst each other, because nothing's changed. It feels like we just came walking across the Pettus Bridge down in Alabama. And I don't think nothing good happened to Black folks in Alabama. Nothing. So anyway, on that note, let me flip the script. This evening, we have a lovely young lady that I happened to meet a couple of weeks ago at a networking Black professional mix, they call it, down to Joe's Palm Room. And it was very interesting. You heard on one of the other shows, I had another young lady that I met there that's a senior vice president over the chief legal advisor out to the Louisville Muhammad Ali Airport. And that these were, I guess you'd say, millennials, late 30s, early 40s. But they were very sophisticated. I won't say so much sophisticated as I will say progressive. Made me feel like I was in a progressive city, like I was in D.C. or up in Maryland somewhere. Because, in D.C. and in Maryland, they know how to get things done. They've been doing it for a long time. And Black folks work together very well. See, Louisville's got a whole different kind of attitude. Everybody's a chief. And there are no Indians in Kentucky, even though we got Chickasaw, Shawnee, Iroquois, Cherokee. We got all these parks named, but everybody, Black folks that are over something, we can't seem to come together and speak with one voice. Not that we have to speak with one voice, but we all must be on the same page, at least in the same book, about how to get things done. So I'm just saying that's my commentary for the day. But now it's time for me to introduce to some and present to others my guest for the evening, the owner of Kreative Events, Miss Karen Huff. Good afternoon, darling.
Hi, Miss Janice. How are you today?
I'm fabulous. Girl, you wearing that hat. Look, made me want to get up and go run upstairs and find me a hat.
Well, don't let me wear one alone. You need to get your hat on too.
I know. I'll wear one next week. I'll start my Derby festivities. I'll help roll them in.
Okay.
So, how have things been in your life? What kind of weekend? Your Easter, your Resurrection Sunday, was it beautiful?
Oh, it was amazing because I got up, planted my feet on solid ground, and God gave me another day to get it right. So
first things first.
Yes. So, it was, I didn't get to spend a lot of time with family because we had an event scheduled at Kreative Events venue. We had a fashion show competition. So I was rushing. I was trying to be two people at one time. So rushed one end of the town and then came back to the event because not only do we have an event, but we have church service on Sundays at the event space. And TP3 Ministries, they hold church every Sunday at the event hall. So they gave me an uplifting message that really just...
Now, where is the event hall?
We're at 2722 Crittenden Drive. We're right across the street from the Cracker Barrel restaurant. So most people recognize the BP on that street. So if you're facing the BP, we're to the left of the BP.
Okay. I know when I get ready to come visit, because I'm coming to visit because I need to see.
Well, come on.
So tell me, how did you and your husband, and his name is what, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
How did you and Mr. Jeffrey get involved in event space?
Well, it started about 4 years ago. Jeffrey and I were the co-directors of our youth department at Mount Horeb Missionary Baptist Church. So we're always was putting on events. We had to chair the pastor's gala. So we had to put on that event from start to finish. And then we have a big derby party at our house that last year and this year, we've took it to the event space because it's just grown. We tell people once you're invited once, you're invited for a lifetime. And the only way you can get out is by death. So we got an open invitation to our derby party. So we're just always, celebrating and entertaining with family and friends. So I said, got tired of corporate America. And I said, you know what? I want to control my own faith. I want to, be my own boss, set my own rules. And, if I'm going to make somebody money, I want to make us some money.
Right.
Because what I found in corporate America, once they finish with you, they have no longer any use for you. So they find creative ways to downsize. Right. So COVID, I was done. So God gave me an opportunity to jump out on faith last March. And with my husband's blessing and support, we were able to open up Kreative Events venue. This journey has been, like I said, 4 years in the making.
Okay.
And so when I was able to throw all my energy into something and give birth to it, it was worthwhile. I knew that was the message that God had sent me to go ahead and pursue my dreams.
Well, that's kind of the same way that this podcast came about. It's just deciding that there's something, and COVID, shockingly, as bad as it was, there are some beautiful flowers that have blossomed out of COVID, such as your business, such as my podcast, and a lot of other things for our city. one of the things that I noticed is there are probably the percentage of blacks that own businesses in Louisville, I think, is at a very high rate. What do you think?
I think with COVID, it allowed people to be creative and jump
Mhm.
out there because you had, with some of the business, you had to find alternative ways to survive.
Right.
So, and they're popping up. Seem like every day I see, a black owned business that are, getting this stuff, coffee shops, venue spaces, clothing. So the people have utilized their artistic
Right.
gifts and pursue their dreams because with COVID, when you shut down, you're like, well, I still got to pay the bills, so how I'm going to pay the
Exactly.
bills? So you went to plan B, plan C, so you can sustain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we had to do a lot of pivoting.
Yes.
I was like, now I'm not going in any venues to sing. They're not having big gatherings out in
Mhm.
public.
Right.
So a way for me to stay in touch with my following
Hmm.
was to just get on social media.
Yeah.
And the first thing that we were talking about actually happened during 2020 with the death of Breonna Taylor and George
Yes.
Floyd. So it was like, is it time to have the conversation about race? Absolutely.
Hmm. Yes.
So
Yes.
I said, well, let me try to facilitate that conversation because we live in a very segregated city,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
until we go to a basketball or football game.
Absolutely.
That is our one love,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Right.
But so being an entrepreneur, how does it feel to be able to put things, because you have to work harder when you own your own business.
Absolutely. There's no I don't feel good. I'm gonna call in today. You
No,
guys,
no,
there's
you're
so
not.
many times I want to say, oh, I'm not going in today, but you have to really be committed because you're going to affect the bottom line in your business. So although it was my dream, but I didn't realize how hard this was going to be. Um, So, I've had to, put on my big girl panties and
Yes.
jump in there, keep pushing on because this is what I asked God for. I asked Him to bless me with a space, with a beautiful location, with support. And I said, so I can't give up. I got to keep on pushing. And even
Right.
though it's going to be hard work, but at the end, it's going to be well worth all the hard work that my husband and I have put into this business. And it's starting to pick up momentum.
Right.
Uh, the first thing people say is, I didn't know this was over here. This is a little kept secret. I said, well, we don't want to be no secret no more. So tell
No,
everybody.
no. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk about that, you and I. I
Mhm.
have some marketing ideas that I want to bring to small businesses,
Okay.
small black businesses, small
Okay.
women-owned businesses, because a lot of times it's our marketing
Hmm.
that is not in place that keeps us from getting where we're trying to go. And
Yeah.
as we work out the kinks, things should get, well, we think they're going to get
Hmm.
easier.
Yeah.
But when you become popular, like when you don't
Right.
want to be that secret anymore, and you
Exactly.
become popular, then you're dealing in volume,
Yes, ma'am.
but you still want to keep the quality of your services and your work
Yes.
at a
Yes.
higher level.
Yes. And that's one thing when opening up this space, we wanted a space for all occasions. And at Creative Events Venue, that's our little motto. We're a space for all occasions. If you can dream it, we'll help you create it with a K. Because we spell creative events with a K instead of a C. And when
Right.
we were trying to decide on what name, my husband was like, let's spell it with a C. I said, there's nothing creative with that C.
Hmm.
Let's put a K on it. But
Hmm.
when I come into that building, I have affirmations all throughout that building, reminding me that, never give up, keep pushing on. Uh, when it's time, the information is going to get out to the people, and we're going to, be that venue, of choice. We're going to have a lot of events booked throughout the
Hmm.
year, but
Hmm.
it's going to be a gradual process. So what I had to say to myself, be patient, be still, because time is coming.
Right.
And so right now I'm excited. We're doing a lot of first. And when I say a lot of first, like we have church service in that building. And that's one of the things I asked for. I would like to see church service on Sunday. I want something sacred in the building. We have line dancing on Thursdays from 6 to 8.
Okay.
And so we did our first wedding. So every time that we do a first, I put it on a board.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
reminding me
Absolutely.
of the progress that we're making. So I'm on a high. I'm on a high because each day.
Well, you should be.
Yes, each day is just something amazing that we're doing. And when I'm walking to a room and someone says, I heard about you. And I'm like, well, where'd you hear about us from? So it's from people, social media, networking events. So it's a good feeling when people are, recognizing that we're here. It's a beautiful location. We're centrally located by Churchill Downs, U of L, the Kentucky Expo. I always tell people we're a little small Kentucky Expo because not only do we do event space, we have office space. We do conferences. So it's space for all occasions.
So now let me ask you this. So how many people does your large room, your largest event space hold? How many people can it hold? Say seated for a dinner.
Okay. Now we call it the Kreative Ballroom, and it depends on the table. So 60-inch tables, I tell people to try to stay between 100 and 110. If you're using the 6-foot rectangle tables, you can get upwards to about 130. And it really depends on how much activity is going to go in the room. If you have a DJ, or if you're setting up for a wedding, you need a gift table, you need your cake table. But one of the things that we've offered is you don't have to bring your food inside the venue hall because we have a separate room called our catering suite. And you set that room up. We provide tables. We provide tablecloths, up to 10 kits of the sterno rack kits. So we're trying to, in 2023, take that load off the client so they don't have to bring a lot of things in that venue. We want to be a one-stop shop, give you an ultimate package. So if the caterer has the food already prepared, we got the water warmed up in the water pans, just put the food down in the pans and you're ready to go. So we try to provide a lot of amenities because the room is intimate. We have an intimate setting. We don't have like 200 people that can fit in there with tables. So we try to provide some other amenities. Like we have a full equipped kitchen with ice makers, refrigerators, warming ovens, microwaves, and ample parking. And
that counts for a lot.
That counts, yes, because that's the first thing people ask me. Well, how much parking do you have? I said we have upwards about 90 spaces, and we're right behind U of L. So we open our lot up for U of L parking, for Derby parking, because we're so close to the stadium, we could actually touch it. That's how close we are. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's great. So now your office space, is this where someone who wants to have appointments maybe can rent the space out once a week, twice a week? How does that work?
Well, we try to encourage long-term leases, like 6 months to 12 months, but also we're flexible because some people may just want to come in there for a couple of hours. So there's some co-working opportunities to utilize the space. And the goal is to circulate wealth in that building. So we want like-minded people in there. So, if I'm having event space and during the course of the conversation, I'm with a client, she's like, I really want to get my eyebrows done. I said, well, Cynthia's in office 202, just go down there. So anybody that we're bringing in to the space that are leasing space, we want to keep on supporting one another so we can just keep reaching back, bringing somebody else into the fold. But I'm all about circulating wealth. Let's work together. Let's do this together.
That's wonderful because that's my mantra for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Help me, help you.
Absolutely.
Help me.
Yes.
Help you.
Yes.
Help me, help you.
Yes. Yes. And that's what I'm all about,
Yeah.
Even
it's
when
perpetual. If we just keep doing that over and over, we'll be helping each other on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
It'll be more intentional than it is right now.
Yes. And, and even when people come in there, and if I can't accommodate them with the rental space, I'm sending them somewhere else that, maybe to another venue hall, because there's enough business in this city for us not to have to fight over it. So, I don't mind, hey, I may not be able to fulfill that day, but check out such and such. They
Right.
may have some space available. So I've always been like this, support, because it comes back tenfold.
Okay. So now you're a native Louisvillian, and what part of the city did you grow up in?
Oh, I grew up in the Park Hill housing projects. And
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with Lanita Neal Rocknets. She
I
used to,
I was a Lanita Rockette before you was old enough to be one.
oh my, I'm an original Rockette. I started when I was 5, so probably before you, and you probably set the stage, but I was
I, I,
5.
I wish that was so, but I think so. I got you about 10 years.
But I called her Aunt Nita, but when she opened up that recreation center, she took us kids and just
Wow.
formed a foundation, taught us how to speak. When we went out in public, because by me dancing, you better not act up, because
Mm-mm.
she had permission from our parents to pop you upside the head. But she was genuine, and she loved on us and let us know, just because you live in the projects does not mean that you're not worth anything. So I
Mhm.
owe her a lot, because not only was I a dancer, but that took me to the Brown School, where I became a gymnast. From
Okay.
there, I went to DuPont Manual, and I became the captain of the cheerleading squad, and
Go girl.
end up being Manual, the Miss Manual of '83, and then went on to UK and got my bachelor's in social work. So that foundation, she, not only her, but my mom instilled in me, it's not where you come from, it's what you do with it.
Right.
So I'm just so thankful that I had women in my life that pushed me to want to do better. And my grandmother, she didn't have over 5th grade education, but she was the best lawyer, doctor, financial advisor. And to see that another side of, people that were successful, went to work every day, and I just wanted to be better. So, I'm never ashamed of where I came from,
No.
because not be coming from there, I don't think I would be where I am today. So I'm very blessed of my background.
Well, I have to share she was Anita Moore when she was my teacher.
Yes. Yes.
That's before she married Mr. Owen Neal.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Now, Anita Moore made Janice Carter, along with Miss Emily, who she is today,
Mm.
because she kept me. I wanted her respect so much.
Mhm.
I didn't get in trouble. I didn't cut school.
Mm-mm.
I made good grades, and she used to always accuse us of that she saw us somewhere doing something we didn't have no business. I'm saying, "Lord, what is she talking about? It
Right.
wasn't
Right.
me."
Mhm.
And we were so hungry for her acceptance, all the
Yes.
girls in the class, of
Yes.
her uh, looking at us with those uh, great expectation eyes. The first time I did a recital, we had she ran a program at the YWCA when she had her dance class.
Mhm.
I took tap toe, modern, and ballet.
Yes.
So
Yes. All the above.
our closing show, that's right when the Supremes were coming out.
Mhm.
So she picked out 4 girls and made me the lead singer.
Uh-oh.
All right, now let me tell you. Now, so I remember we had sequence dresses made. Look, they weren't all finished the night of the performance. I remember they had some safety pins in the back of my dress. They just told me, said, "Don't turn around, just don't turn around." And I remember what I sang. I remember who the other girls were in the group.
Wow.
That pushed me to have my own singing group when I turned about 15, 16.
Mm.
I'm an original member of the New Birth.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is, and my mother she knew I could sing. I
Mhm.
was an athlete.
Right.
I'm like you. I was cheerleader, ran track,
Oh my
played
goodness.
basketball, played all sports. I played sports better than most boys.
Mm.
Okay. So the fact that those 2 women knew about my
Mhm.
singing,
Mhm.
they were kind of pushing me
Right, right.
to do things. I was Miss Exposition Miss
Oh,
Louisville Defender Expo in 1970 something something.
well.
And but I credit Anita Moore
Yes,
for making
yes,
me who I am, who
yes,
contributing
yes,
to me having self-respect for myself
absolutely.
and not letting my circumstances or because I had I guess I'd say maybe I had some personal confidence issues because
Mhm.
look, I was about that big. And so I asked my mother, I said, Mother, what are my measurements? My mother said 12, 12, 12. They thought that was funny. And and I wore glasses. So none of these things, I didn't look like someone that would win a beauty contest.
Wow.
But I sang.
Yeah.
I sang up at the Louisville Gardens when it was like 5,000 Black folks making a whole lot of noise. But I started singing and they got quiet. I said, oh,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh. I said, uh-oh, they listening.
Uh-oh. They listening. Yes.
But that was the first time I realized to myself, maybe I can sing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying to be an athlete.
Right.
But she's your life, my life. I think most young girls in a certain age range,
Mm-hmm.
and now they are the daughters
Right.
of the original,
Right.
age group.
Yeah.
Because now I go back when I'm a teenager in early 60s.
Yes. Yes. So I think I started at the 70s.
Okay.
That's when I first joined the recreation. It was 1970 because I was 5.
Right.
And Helena, who the torch has been passed, the baton.
Miss
She was
Chums, is that her first name, Miss Chums?
Helena. I think it's pronounced Trumba or something like that.
Chum, but she shortens it Chums.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so she was a teenager then, but we looked up to her. So now she's running it, and Anita's son Tank is running it. Yeah.
What you say, Anita?
Anita, because I stayed a million nights at her house, and
Wow.
she just loved on us. And if we couldn't go to the
I
restaurant,
love that because
yeah.
I moved away from Louisville and I
Mhm.
came one year I came home and I was just wanted to go and find her.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
she was at Park Hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I came over there and when I moved back to Louisville, I
Mhm.
was living in Las Vegas. I
Mhm.
moved back to Louisville. I went down to Christ the King.
Oh, yeah, that's where they are now. Yes.
And I just walked in. I said,
Mhm.
because somebody told me you was over here. So I
Mhm.
just thought that.
Mhm.
And she just raved on me and just
Yeah.
loved on me
Yeah.
and wanted me to talk to the girls because
Mhm.
she made a big difference in a
Mhm.
whole lot of little
Mhm.
Black girls' lives.
Yes. If I couldn't go to the recreation center back in the day, I'm like, if I got on a punishment, I'm like, can you just whoop me? Because I can't miss the recreation center.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I was more afraid of Anita than I was my mother.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too.
I didn't want to be on her bad side
Mm-mm.
whatsoever. She sure could talk crazy to you.
Yes, yes. And she didn't mind discipline you. Oh, I
No,
mean,
not
there
at
was a
all.
many a time. I mean, we could be out of state because and she would discipline. And my mom gave her permission. She's like, your mother don't play. I said, please don't tell her. But
Yeah,
so
please.
yeah,
Please
so,
don't tell.
so good memories, good
Wow,
memories.
that's so
Yeah.
funny. I love the things that you have in common with
Yeah.
people that you just have no idea about because
Yeah.
I know what she gave you and you know what she gave me.
Yes, exactly. And I would have never thought that we're original Rockettes.
And those things, all those things you said that you did and you went
Mhm.
on and you got your degrees and
Mhm.
stuff, so did I. Did the
Yes,
same thing. See,
yes.
I am not a Park Hill girl, but I'm a Beach Terrace girl.
Okay. Yes.
I'm old school Beach Terrace.
Yes.
I'm talking about I was born back in the day in Beach Terrace.
Okay. Yes.
But those are wonderful memories, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world because I still have those friendships back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we've got the gala room, we've got office space. Is there
Yeah.
any other kind of space you want to tell us about that you have?
We actually have two venue spots. So we have the one that holds up to about 130, and then we have what we call the Nook. and it holds about 65 people, and it has its own catering suite, and that's where we host our the church service on Sundays,
Okay.
and also line dancing on Thursday. So it's a more smaller, intimate gathering in that space, but weddings, meetings, it's still the same thing, just a smaller scale.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
And
Well, I'm gonna make you a banner. See, I learned how to do a few things while I was playing with this podcast situation here. And I'm going creative events venue. Is that
yes,
what you
yes.
Okay. And what is give me the phone number.
502-290-4621.
502-290.
4621.
Oh, my thing got big on me. What happened? Let me see this. See if that's right. How's that?
Yes, ma'am. That's right. Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. So, Miss Karen, well, I'm really glad that the day that we met and I was trying to
Yes.
meet and greet and catch folks before they were leaving, and I felt like I said, "Oh, I was rude." That's why I sent you that text after.
Yes,
I said,
ma'am.
Please forgive me.
Yeah.
I said, but I did want to have you on my show because when I spoke to you, you were just as bright and welcoming, and it was easy to say hello to somebody
Yes.
and they greet you like, "How you doing?"
I don't meet a
I'm glad
stranger.
to meet you. I'm meeting
Right.
somebody new because
Right.
that's what networking's all about.
Absolutely.
You don't know who's who or who does what that you might need, or somebody that knows somebody who needs it.
Exactly.
And Louisville is a wonderful place for
Oh yeah.
networking.
Yeah. That
You can tell one person something happened to somebody, and you wait before the end of the day, the city knows.
exactly. Yes. Louisville's so small. So small.
The city knows.
Yes.
I'm saying, Lord have mercy. I'll be in Las Vegas. They know more about what I was doing in Las Vegas than what I was doing. So
Because they nosy.
because they are nosy, just too
Yeah.
nosy. But them's our peeps,
Yeah. And I wanted to say, we was talking about support. I have a young lady that has been a blessing to me, and she just came over to the event space and wanted to help out, and her name is Ashley Young with Ashley Events. So we have started working together, partnering to give an ultimate experience at the venue. So I provide the venue space and she does the event planning and decor. So we're just trying to let people know that people can work together and get something accomplished. So she's a young lady, vibrant, a lot of energy, and I feed off of her. I'm like, because there's probably a 20-year difference of us.
But that's the good thing about what that mixer was about to me.
Yes. So, and these young people, they're not afraid to try it. So I said, Ashley, you just coming in here with this building with all this energy. You done made me, get some energy.
You got to tighten up your game.
Yes. I said, she's making me step it up. So I'm just so grateful that she's, come to the space and to help Jeffrey and I, because she is a ball of fresh air with creative ideas, and she don't take no for an answer. So I'm very grateful for that, because sometimes people just don't want to work with you. But and I asked her, I said, why do you want to work with me? And she's like, because I like your personality, but you've got an amazing opportunity here, and I want to be a part of it.
That's beautiful.
I'm like, wow.
That's beautiful. Because even though when we start out doing something on our own or with our mate, because my husband is a pastor and he supports everything. When I said I want to do this, he said go for it.
Yes.
But sometimes we have to formulate a little team, because we end up being Chaka Khan. I'm every woman.
Right. Exactly.
They used to tell me when I had when I would have a band, my band member said, you're going to come in, you're going to fix the lights, you're going to do the sound. He said, can you just go over there and sit down somewhere till it's time for you to sing? I said, okay.
And I get that a lot. I get that a lot because, when I put my mind to something, I'm almost like a perfectionist, but I know things are not going to go as planned. So my husband, he's like that a sounding board that
Right.
calms me down, because he's so laid back, and he's like, slow down now, slow down, it's going to
Yeah.
work out. But my biggest concern is making sure that he's okay. So when I stepped out on faith, went to him, I said, are we good, or can we do this? He said, I got you, so that was so,
That's motivating.
it's motivating. And he's like, I got you. And so when I feel like things are not going right, he said, God got you. Just keep on going. He said, I'm good. I said, okay. I said, because I'm always worried about him, because he's been at his job for about 28 years, and I don't want to disrupt that. And so I always, check back with him, say, hey, this is what's going on. Are we okay? He's like, yes. Keep on going. Keep on going. We didn't come as far to give up now. Just keep on going. So he's my biggest cheerleader, my biggest support. So without him, this wouldn't be possible. This would not be possible.
It's a wonderful thing. Young ladies, let me tell you, I didn't want to be married. I just did. I didn't get married till I was 60 years old.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think if you marry someone that loves you the right way and respects you, however big your light might be.
Yes.
Okay. Because some men can't handle how big we can, and Louisville women got big, bright lights.
Yes. Yes.
And big personalities.
Yes.
And I tell people, I said, you might think I'm no day at the beach when I'm serious, but I'm a whole lot of fun.
Right.
But we just gotta keep things in perspective.
Right.
Because I don't want to do Mickey Mouse when I can do Walt Disney.
Exactly.
That's
right.
What I'm talking about.
Exactly. I like that.
Okay. So, but I'm so glad to know a little bit more about your business and know that we share a common person in our lives that made us who we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. That's wonderful. Now, that's near and dear to my heart. So I can't wait till we have more time to fellowship together, and whatever I can do to help your business. When you have something going on that maybe that you're promoting something yourself and you want to come on, or somebody's having something and they want to promote it, just tell them, say, you can contact me. Let me know who they are, what's going on. And then I can maybe have them be a guest so we can promote whatever it is they're doing.
Well, I do want to, the April the 29th, we're having a brunch and mimosa from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's Rip the Runway. So it's a networking and vendor showcase at the facility. So we are going to serve brunch.
So that's on a Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Because see, the day before, it's my birthday.
Watch out there.
So that'll give me something really nice to do.
Well, you know what, Miss Janice? There's a ticket and we'll call for you.
Girl, hush up.
So you and a guest, just come on.
I'm going to tell several of my girlfriends and have them purchase these tickets and come and be with me so we can all celebrate together.
Yes.
And there's a seat at the table for you, Miss Huff.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we're trying to make sure the vendors that are going to be there, that they're getting a lot of support, because we have about 14 vendors that's going to be participating. So not only we're doing brunch, but we want to let the vendors come in there and promote their business and let people know about them as well.
That Monday, okay, let me see. What is that Monday of that week?
Let's see.
Hold on. Because I was going to say, you can come back.
The 24th.
You want to come back on the 24th and we can pump it up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll put you down. I'll stay in touch.
Okay.
Well, Miss Karen, you're lovely. You're absolutely lovely. You're a breath of fresh air, let me tell you.
Oh, thank you.
I wish you nothing but the best. And this is just the start. This is just the start of something big. Hey,
I'm coming out.
Wow. Good one. Good one. Excellent one. I'm coming out. Look, we're going to show up and show out. That's what we do.
Absolutely. We're going to turn
That's
that
what we do.
vision into victory.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, it's dinner time.
Oh,
Bon appetit. Enjoy your evening. Have a fantastic evening. And I'll talk to you soon.
thank you, Miss Janice, for inviting me on this show. It is my pleasure to meet you and to be a part of this.
Well, I thank you for coming because, people need to know about creative events. If you're looking for a space, not a problem. We got it for you. Okay?
All right.
Tell Mr. Jeffrey I said hello.
Okay.
I'll
Thank
talk to you
you.
soon. Okay,
Bye-bye.
darling. Bye-bye. That was Miss Karen Huff of Creative Events Venue. She's got a gala room large enough to hold maybe 130 people. She's got the Nook. I remembered everything she said. She made it real easy for me. The Nook, which might be a smaller venue. And on April 29th, a mimosa party. Yeah, day after my birthday. So I got somewhere to go. That was wonderful. I love to meet new people. I love to meet people that are serious about handling their business and don't mind helping one another. God gave it to us. If he gives you a gift and you share the gift, then your gifts will multiply. That's how that works. If you didn't know, you better ask somebody. On that note, it's dinner time. Guess who's coming to dinner? Be here on Monday. This is Monday. So Friday, I'll show this again. It's called an encore. It'll be on this Friday, 7 p.m. on Jantastic Productions Facebook, Jantastic Productions YouTube. You'll check it out on Jantastic Productions LinkedIn and Jantastic Productions Instagram. They heard me. Have a fabulous evening. Stay safe. Folks are still crazy out here. And my heartfelt sympathies to the families of those people that lost their lives today. We need to find a way, not just Louisville, the whole country needs to find a way to get rid of the guns. I don't care what they say. They keep saying good people with guns. Who's a good person with a gun that can't become a criminal in a heartbeat or hurt someone in a heartbeat? I mean, the rationale is doesn't make much sense. So that's all it is, a rationale. And they're killing our kids. And then our kids are killing our kids. They're killing each other. So where do we draw the line? When do we draw the line about somebody's rights to have guns and take the lives of others? We don't have that right. On that note, ciao. I'll see you on Monday. Monday, we have Mr. Theron Mackey of Sync Staffing Services. So join us next week. But this Friday, encore with Miss Karen Huff. See you later.